I'm going to be talking about some different project ideas that you can do to try to get some experience under your belt for data analytics students. These projects could be leveraged on a website or they could be put on your resume just to say that you have some experience. And so for some context, I got an internship in data analytics after my second year of college, and I've learned a lot through that experience, and I think these projects really give you an edge. So let's get started. So first I'm going to go over some steps or the basic project process for data analytics projects, and then I'll actually show you some of my projects that I've done so you can get a better idea of what that'll look like. So just in general, projects are a really key part of your portfolio if you're actually applying for these jobs, and they could be crucial for recruiters to notice you. If you don't get that, job, it's still a great learning experience, and you can still learn new technologies through this. So like just rolling off of that, the first step I have here is to pick a language. So if you haven't done anything, then you might want to just start looking into one language now versus the other. I know there's different ones other than R and Python, but these are kind of like the two main ones that data analytics and data scientists use. So I would pick R or Python and then start learning about that one. So R is was made for statisticians and has more stats aspects of it, but also has great graphing libraries like ggplot2, and also has web experiences like Shiny that you can integrate into R. So it's not a bad option for anyone looking to get into it. Python is my favorite though. It's a general purpose programming language and has some amazing data analytics libraries like Pandas and Matplotlib. So if you have any sort of programming background, Python might be a better way to get into it just because some of the R syntax is a little bit weird. The second step I have here is to find some data. So data is everywhere. If you look on government websites, they usually have downloadable CSV data formats. If you just go and try to look for it, there's definitely a lot out there. But at the same time, it is kind of hard to find very specific formats if you want that. And oftentimes, if you're just looking for one particular thing, it's hard to find. But that being said, I would say to start with a question. So ask yourself something that you would want to know yourself, and then see if you can find that. And if you're lucky enough that you can, then great. Then if not, then maybe try to tweak your question or tweak your data to actually answer that question. After you've actually found your data set and you're ready to go, you can then use your language of your choice and create a visualization with that data. So this isn't always just like the first thing you do. You might want to just play around, see what kind of metrics you can get out of it, just see a summary of the data. And then again, go back to your question, see what you asked, and see if you can make a graph that actually answers that question. So that's one of the best ways and actually fun ways you can go and look at data. And I mean, for an example here of for car crash data, what time of day do crashes occur? I mean, there's just like an endless amount of questions you can ask yourself that the data can provide. So for car crash data, like who's being in these crashes, what age are the people in the crashes, see if you can ask yourself those questions and then create visualizations out of that. And my final point here is to tell a story. So after you have everything else that I've already mentioned, like data and visualizations, tie everything together into a story. People don't like to listen to just people droning on and on about boring data that they don't really care about. If you put it in the format of a question answer story, then people listen to you better. Really just describe your thought process and how you actually went through that, and you can find people that really are interested in what you've done. So this is my personal website that I made to just display some of my projects that I was interested in. So one of the projects I did was to analyze some of my health data from the health app of your iPhone. So anybody can actually download this data and then put it through a free formatter to actually get it into like a JSON or CSV format. So that's what I did, and then I actually just took a look at different questions that I asked myself. So again, going back to those questions, I just put it in the beginning. These are my questions that I asked, and to answer those questions, different visualizations are going to be needed. And then I put it into a web format. So that's the best way that I found that I could display my results. That might be the not the best. Like here, this is not web. This is just a picture that I made in R and then I imported it. But a lot of times I feel like if you're posting it to the web, then it might be a good idea to put it into a JavaScript library like I have done here. Um, so this is just a good way that I could actually import my data, show it, and tell a story at the same time. And I think this really puts you apart from other applicants. That being said, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in any kind of tutoring from me, whether that be coding or resume advice, feel free to hit the link below and go to the website. And thanks for watching.